Hello everyone, welcome to Empty Thoughts channel. As I already mentioned, the channel name is Empty Thoughts. Here M stands for metaphysics and T stands for transdisciplinary. Metaphysics, it is considered as the branch of philosophy, and sometimes depending upon the problem that you are dealing with, you can also consider it as a part of physics also. Metaphysics mainly deals with the study of who we are, what we are, what is the what is the purpose of our existence, and things like that. And also it deals with the study of relation between space and time. Transdisciplinary is a research strategy. I would like to refer to the definition which is available in Wikipedia. Transdisciplinary suggests a research strategy that crosses many disciplinary boundaries to create a holistic approach. The best example is the transdisciplinarity of Leonardo da Vinci. He was a great painter. Besides, with his own interest, he studied physics, anatomy, geology, botany, and mathematics on his own. He used to put together all the ideas from these different disciplines while working on some project. What can be expected from this channel? In my videos, I'll present the possible hidden scientific thoughts in Indian songs and in other Indian literature. The interpretation is made by me, and if something is incorrect, please pardon and help me to correct. You might be thinking, are these videos really useful? But let me tell you the rationale behind this by quoting two important things. One, many gadgets that were shown in James Bond movies turned into real inventions later. And the second one, Stephen Hawking, a renowned scientist, once in his speech mentioned that Vedas might have a theory which is superior to Einstein's theory. So, when these things seem to be working, I'm just trying to add to it in my own way. Many researchers might be trying to figure out connection between Vedas and science and also literature and science. This channel and hence the videos that I am going to present may become useful to all such researchers. With this, I welcome you all to my channel. Let's start. I'll start with a Kannada language movie song from 1980s. Kannada is an Indian language and is my mother tongue also. And so it was easy for me to interpret. So the first song that I have chosen for our discussion is a Kannada song from a movie named Bayaludaari. And the song starts with these words. Baanallu neene, bhuviyallu neene. So those who know this, you can easily search and you can try to find the lyrics and meaning in English also. So the link for the song is given in the description below. You can find it to see the meaning also. So the first line goes like this. Let me start. You are in the sky. You are on the Baanallu neene, bhuviyallu neene. So the meaning is you are in the sky and you are on the earth. So what idea we get is, you can see there we have three points to be noted here. One is you, one is sky, and other is earth. So if I pictorially present this, how it looks is, I have sky, so sky, and there is another field, and U is there in both sky and earth. So U is here in both. Okay, so that's how it is shown. So now if I take them as some fields in mathematics, or in physics. So I can generalize this. Generalize. So sky I will call it as R1, and earth so and u, let it be something general x, and this is nothing but like variable or parameter of interest. And this can be more than one also. So let me generalize that as x1, x2, x3, xn. It may be like parameters of interest can be more than one. So if I generalize that, how it looks is, I have two fields, R1 and R2, and I can have x1, x2 parameters, and here also x1, x2, xn, like this. Okay. What we saw is we started with sky and earth, which are two distinct fields. Okay. So same way we can say that R1 and R2 can be two distinct fields. Okay, but still we can find that few things can be common in both, but can be common to both. Okay, and now I will generalize this more. So now if I generalize this more, let's see what happens. Here if I generalize like R1, if I take them as gravity and time fields, okay, so what will happen is I can have at least two functions okay, so we can come up with two functions at least with x1, x2 and so on up to xn, x1, x2 so on up to xn for both. So since we have common parameters of interest in both, we can say that we can present g in terms of time, I mean gravity in terms of time, and time in terms of gravity are possible. So if you see there, we started with this, the first line of the song, Baanallu, neene, bhuviyallu, meaning you are in the sky, you are on the earth, and this one single line is giving us this much of idea. Okay. Now let's go to the next line. So the second line says Ellellu neene, nannallu neene. The meaning is you are everywhere, you are within me too. So if I see there again, I have you, I have everywhere, and I have this me. Okay, so just like the previous line interpretation, the way we were doing, if I continue the same, it looks like I have everywhere as one field, and I have me as another field, and in both I have you and you. But it is little different from the previous one. In the previous case, we had R1 and R2, they were two distinct fields. But what we realize here is this me can be inside the everywhere itself. So hence, if I bring in this flavor into this, it looks like this is everywhere and this U is there in this. Okay, but apart from this I also have me in this, and in this I can have U here too. Okay, so if I generalize and see this, generalize, so it will look like I can have R1, and in that x1, x2, xn, and also I can have 2, and in this again x1, x2, xn. Okay, so now if I connect this with thermodynamics, so we have in thermodynamics we have surroundings and I have a system in that. Okay, system and surroundings, and in this like there can be several parameters of interest. That's what we for which we study, and here also in surroundings also they can be there. So this second line is giving us this one kind of interpretation. This is one kind of interpretation, and we can also have another kind, that is just adding the first line interpretation with this one, with this concept. So I can have surroundings 1, and I can also define surroundings 2, and in this I am taking only the system. Now I am considering only the system at present, x1, x2, an, xn, and system 1 and system 2 also in this, and in this again I can have x1, x2. Okay, so suppose if I take this surroundings 1 as a star 1. Okay, we'll get into space now. Okay, and the surroundings 2 as star 2, systems as planets. Okay, so then how it looks is like we have star 1 and star 2. In that I have one planet 1, and here also I have one planet, so I am naming them as planet 1 and planet 2. Okay, so let us bring in the previous line interpretation. What we got there was we can have g of t and t of g being possible and existing, possible and existing. Okay, so now I can define these things for both of these. Okay, I can define this for both of these. T and or this thing t of g can be defined for star 1 and 2 both. So what does that mean? That means for star 1 system, g of t, you may have g1 of t1, something like that, and for star 2 I can have g2 of t2. Okay, though they are related, they can be different for two different stars. Can be different for two different stars. So this is the idea that we are getting from the second line, also including the interpretation from the first line. Okay, so this is some new idea we are getting. So I request researchers who are into relativity or quantum mechanics to comment about this. Okay, please comment about this, because I have not gone through relativity. I want them to validate this if it is existing. So this is the English translation of first verse, and I am taking only the first verse in the interpretation. Second verse I could not find it very meaningful. Here what it says is, I saw your face in the flower, saw the flowery smile in your face, saw your beauty in the smile, saw your grace in your beauty, saw a new path of life in your grace. So now if we find out, there are few interesting points here. So it starts here like face in the flower, and then the flowery smile in the face, and then beauty in the smile. Okay, and then smile has come here, and now this beauty comes here. In that beauty, grace is there, and in this grace we have path of life. Okay, so let me generalize here itself before showing it as a picture. Let me call them as some fields: R1, R2, R3. Okay, and this is repeating here: R1, R2, R3, and then R4, and R5, and R6. Okay, R5 is repeating here, R5. This was in the R4. Okay, and this is R3. Okay, so you can see that things are well connected. It is like a chain. Okay, so let us see how it looks in the form of a picture. So we saw that in the verse we have R1 to R6. Okay, so let us have R1, that is there, and then in that we have R2, then we have R3, then we have R4, R5, R6. So what were these, if you remember now? So this was a flower, this is face, in that face there is a smile, and then we have beauty in the smile, and then we have grace in the beauty, and then we have new path of life in the grace. So that's how it is written. Now let us try to connect the interpretation of the previous line here. What was the interpretation? We said that g of t or t of g, these functions can be existing and can be different for different star systems. That's what we told. And here let us generalize this. Let us make R1 as gravity, and what if I make R6 as time? R6 as time. So what it says is, that means R2, R3, R4, R5. This is an example where we have only R1 to R6, but it can go up to Rn also. Okay, so these things are some unknown fields. So one might have to understand these also in order to properly relate gravity and time. So that is one idea which this verse is giving, saying that there can be some existing fields which we might not be knowing now, but can be of importance. Yeah, so with this, the interpretation of this first song is done. Verse 2, I did not find it very important, but those who want to try that, you may please do that and comment. So with this, I request all to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and let's keep it going. Thank you.